Hello and welcome everyone. So we have understood in our last class about the planes and planes of the development of the child. Okay? हमने हमारी लास्ट क्लास में प्लेन्स और डेवलपमेंट चाइल्ड की जो डेवलपमेंट होती है बच्चे का जो विकास होता है उसको समझा था. सो नाउ वी आर गोइंग टू एंटर इनटू द प्रिंसिपल्स ऑफ डेवलपमेंट. Okay. The growth and development pattern of a human child is same. As we are doing this Montessori course, we understand that the Montessori system is totally focused on the factual and the scientific concept. When we talk about the principles are the factual concepts. Here, the chapter names that the principles of independence and willpower. How do we understand this? The principles of independence and willpower. Here, we have to focus on the different paradigm. Principles of independence and willpower. Independence. Why independence? Because as Dr. Maria Montessori focuses on the intrinsic motivation to make the child independent. The nature makes the person independent after 1 or 1.5 months year of the child. Okay. When the child is 1 to 1.5 years, the child is not dependent on the parents to make walk. The child is not dependent on the any other caregiver to get toilet trained or to get informed. We can say that way. Okay. Like informed in a sense, like the child is not in a notion to get help and support. But yes, at some areas where the child is not in the reach, like if the child is not able to take out some material which is kept on the top, at that time, yes, the child is dependent. But slowly and gradually, the child is becoming independent, right? And that independency will come only with the willpower. Okay? Now, next, we focus on the biological independence and the functional independence. Okay, we have to focus more on the biological and functional independence. How we'll understand this? We will be understanding this by the different areas. As we understood about the intrinsic motivation. Okay, intrinsic motivation is something the inner teacher into the child. Okay, हमारे अंदर एक अंदरूनी टीचर होता है जो हमें सिखाता है. हम जब डिपेंडेंट होते हैं किसी और पर, नेचर जो है हर एक बच्चे को 1.25 साल से 1.5 साल तक की उम्र में ही इंडिपेंडेंट बना देता है. उस दौरान जो बच्चा है स्वयं से चलना शुरू कर देता है. जब नेचर ही बच्चे को स्वयं से चलना सिखा देता है, उस समय इंडिपेंडेंट बनाने के लिए नेचर तैयारी कर रहा होता है. तो वी एज अ केयर गिवर, वी एज अ पेरेंट, व्हाई आर वी फोकसिंग ऑन द डिपेंडेंसी ऑफ द चाइल्ड? जब बच्चे को नहीं आ रहा है तो हम उसे दिशा और मार्गदर्शन दें और फिर उसे बताएं और फिर उसे समझाएं. तो हमें उसकी इंडिपेंडेंस के लिए लाठी बस बननी है, सहारा बस देना है, ऐसा डॉक्टर मरिया मॉन्टेसरी का कहना है. Dr. Montessori was profound academic distinction between the two distinct dimensions, autonomy, which is the human growth. Okay, the first part is autonomy. So, like here, we understand the autonomy and the psychological foundation. So, autonomy is the biological independence, and the psychological foundation is the willpower. Okay, both will go to hand in hand and together. जैसे जैसे बच्चे का फिजिकल इंडिपेंडेंसी आएगा, फिजिकल ग्रोथ एंड डेवलपमेंट आएगा, वैसे स्लोली एंड ग्रेजुअली बच्चे की साइकोलॉजिकल विल पावर भी मजबूत होता चला जाएगा. ठीक है, इट विल गो साइमल्टेनियस, इट सेज दैट वे. So when the biological influence or independence come by birth itself, जन्म से ही the infant has separated from the mother's womb to breathe outside, isn't it? पहले जो बच्चा माँ के माँ की नाभि से जुड़े हुए नाल में था. Initially, when the child was connected through the navel of the mother and the child, it was interconnected to each other. As it has broken, the independency of the child starts. Now the child is dependent on the maternal milk for the nutrition. Okay. But slowly and gradually, the child is leaving each and everything again and again and again. Okay. धीरे धीरे व्यक्ति एक एक चीज को छोड़ता जाता है, एक एक चीज खत्म होती है, नई चीज की शुरुआत होती चली जाती है, और इस प्रकार से बच्चा जो है वो जन्म से ही इंडिपेंडेंस की ओर आगे बढ़ता है. राइट. एवरीबडी नीड्स इंडिपेंडेंस, ये चीज बताई जाती है. ठीक ना. द फंक्शनल इंडिपेंडेंस क्या होगा? द चाइल्ड नीड्स इंडिपेंडेंस एंड वी हैव टू फोकस ऑन द चाइल्ड for the early interventions. The early interventions are focusing on the child to help to become independent. Okay. So biologically, it has been divided into the planes and the sensitive periods. But the psychological aspect is the development of willpower. When we talk and focus on the development of the will action, we have to focus on the traditional part. The common misconception in the traditional education is that the willpower is the muscle developed through the forced obedience of the external authority. Dr. Maria Montessori says that the willpower develops organically from or within through purposeful, repeated, and the self chosen action. She says that when the child is in unconscious nature, when the child is absorbing everything from the environment, okay, that unconsciousness actually generates the willpower into the action. The initial sensitive periods from 0 to 3 years and 3 to 6 years, the child enters into the realm of conscious coordination. Now, the different activities the child is performing or the child is seeing into the environment and absorbing the activities into the mind. The child understands that I have to do that. The child develops the willpower and the child enters into the purposeful action. जब बच्चा छोटा होता है तब हमें ऐसा लगता है कि ये काम हमें सुनकर कर रहा है. ठीक है. एक ट्रेडिशनल मिसकंसेप्शन होता है. कितने आपको एडल्ट्स मिले होंगे, भाई मैंने मेरे बच्चे को चलना सिखाया, मैंने मेरे बच्चे को बोलना सिखाया, मैंने सब कुछ किया. बट एक्चुअली क्या सच में इंसान ने सिखाया होता है? नो. है ना. वो क्या होता है कि जब हमारे अंदर एक इंट्रिंसिक मोटिवेशन होता है, वो हमारे जो अनकॉन्शियस माइंड के अंदर जब सारी चीजें हमारे नेचर, हमारे एनवायरनमेंट से एब्जॉर्ब हो रही होती है, हम उसको उसी तरीके से देखते और समझते हैं. राइट. यहां पर ये एग्जाम्पल डॉक्टर मारिया मॉन्टेसरी देती हैं. डॉक्टर मारिया मॉन्टेसरी गिव्स द एग्जाम्पल, a child pouring water repeatedly for an hour is consciously coordinating their mind and muscle. The repeated concentration develops the mental stamina required to choose and execute the actions deliberately. In the final stage, the child achieves the self-discipline and the true willpower. The capacity to align the personal choices with the moral reasoning and the collective good, choosing to act out of internal conviction rather than the fear of punishment and desire of a reward. So when we continuously perform any action, what is the example given here? The child pouring water repeatedly for an hour is consciously coordinating their mind and the muscle. When we are performing any activity or action with the conscious mind, the repeated concentration develops and the mental stamina changes into the willpower. The self discipline and the true willpower enters into the child. Okay? So we have to focus more on the continuous and the constant activity which is going to develop into the willpower, which is nothing but the practice. We do not have to say that the internal conviction is not there. The internal conviction is the act which should happen rather than the fear of punishment. If you don't do this, we'll do that. If you don't do that, we'll do this. No. The desire of reward. If you go to school, I'm going to give you a chocolate or a toffee like this. So what's that? That's a desire and the reward which we give to the child. It's when we teach the true discipline, when we teach the true aspect of the child, the true willpower is going to come. So this is the willpower which is going to convert or change into the purposeful action. Then the child has the internal conviction for the same. Okay. Now, let us understand the different paradigm with the freedom of the limits. Dr. Maria Montessori understood the paradigm, and the paradigm was freedom within limits. Like we have to give freedom to the child, but that limits should be the realm of the freedom. Like traditional classrooms often present the two extremes. One is rigid authoritarianism. Okay, fine. With the different crushes the child's will. And the second one is the absolute permissiveness, which leads to the chaotic, unorganized behavior. Dr. Maria Montessori rejects both. जो पैराडिज्म है वो ये कहता है कि फ्रीडम विदाउट लिमिट्स. ट्रेडिशनल क्लासरूम में क्या होता है, दो तरीके की सिचुएशंस होती हैं. एक होता है रिजिड अथॉरिटेरियनिज्म, यानी रिजिड इंस्ट्रक्शंस, स्ट्रिक्ट डिसिप्लिन. ये क्या करता है, बच्चे की अंदरूनी इच्छा को दबा देता है. इट क्रशेस द चाइल्ड्स विल. और या तो फिर दूसरा क्या होगा, दूसरा होगा एब्सोल्यूट परमिसिवनेस. भाई बच्चे को जो करना है वो करो. अब ये एब्सोल्यूट परमिसिवनेस मतलब हर चीज की परमिशन अगर मिल जाएगी हर चीज करने का, तो यहां पर बच्चा बिगड़ भी सकता है. द चाइल्ड विल बिकम chaotic or an unorganized behavior may happen. So Dr. Maria Montessori says we should not follow both this. We should undergo the balanced middle path. So how it is possible? Dr. Maria Montessori gives the environment that the child is granted immense freedom. The freedom to move around the classroom, the freedom to choose their material to work, the freedom to determine the duration of the task, the freedom to work independently with the peer. But these liberating freedoms are bound and clear with the logical unyielding limits. The child is free to use the material only if they have been shown how to use it and must return it to precise location in the perfect condition for the next child. So we have to tell the child that you can do this. You have all the freedom to do this. But there is one condition that after you do this, you have to think about the other also. So you have set the limit also, and then you have given the freedom also. So you have to balance both. Dr. Maria Montessori says that. So it should be a precise condition, and here it must infringe towards the child's freedom, child's will, child's safety, as well as the child's moral values. So what does Dr. Maria Montessori says? How does she sets up? She sets up with the existence of the structured boundaries. Boundaries should be structured in such a way that the willpower of the child must not be crushed. Simple and so easy as such. डॉक्टर मैरिया मॉन्टेसरी का ये कहना है कि रेस्ट्रिक्शंस नहीं लगाना है, कंडीशंस देना है। बच्चे की विल पावर क्रश नहीं होना चाहिए, जो बच्चे की इच्छा है वो उसको करने दिया जाए, परमिशन दी जाए हर चीज की, लेकिन उसमें भी एक रीन जो है उसको सेट किया जाए, एक छोटी सी बाउंड्री, जिसके लिए उसको ये रहे कि हाँ ये चीज करना है, लेकिन एक लिमिट, एक दायरे में रहकर करना है, राइट। क्विक रिकैप करेंगे इसका। व्हाट आर द कोर प्रिंसिपल्स? इंडिपेंडेंस इज द प्राइमरी व्हीकल फॉर अ चाइल्ड्स साइकोलॉजिकल सेल्फ कंस्ट्रक्शन। ट्रू एजुकेशन मस्ट सिस्टमैटिकली फॉस्टर ऑटोनॉमी। जो मेन प्रिंसिपल वो ये कहता है कि बच्चे को इंडिपेंडेंस देना है, बट इसका इंडिपेंडेंस को बच्चे को स्वयं कंस्ट्रक्ट करना चाहिए साइकोलॉजिकली। इसके लिए ट्रू एजुकेशन ये होगा कि अगर आप उसको एक सिस्टमैटिकली फॉर्मेट करेंगे, सेट करेंगे। बायोलॉजिकल इंडिपेंडेंस बच्चे की माइलस्टोन के अकॉर्डिंग उसे मिलती जाती है जेनेटिकली, व्हेन द चाइल्ड स्टार्ट्स सेपरेटिंग, ठीक है ना, एक दायरे से बच्चा अलग होना शुरू होता जाता है, पहले माँ के गर्भ से, फिर माँ के दुग्ध पान से, फिर धीरे धीरे भोजन से, फिर धीरे धीरे हर एक चीज को बैलेंस में लाना प्रयास करता है, शुरुआत करता है। ये बायोलॉजिकली इंडिपेंडेंस जब बच्चे को नेचुरली मिल रही है, तो फिर फंक्शनल इंडिपेंडेंस भी बच्चे को मिलते रहना चाहिए। एंड दैट फंक्शनल इंडिपेंडेंस इज द एवरीडे कैपेसिटी टू एक्ट the autonomous nature of the environment, driven with some goal or with some motto. Okay. So the child must develop the willpower, and the child must be given the limits. The willpower is not born and is not forced obedience. It should be constructed internally. बच्चे के अंदर से वो इच्छा आनी चाहिए with the intense concentration, and the reams should be set. The balanced middle boundary should be there. There should not be strictness and there should not be very permissiveness as well. Okay. So here we have understood the independence and the willpower. In our next class, we'll be understanding about the behavioral dynamics and the different deviations for the normalization. Okay.